Get out. No,
Please
seriously.
subscribe.
Seriously, baby. You're not on one. That's late. Go ahead.
Please.
Of course. Can't hear me? All right. So wait a minute. Let's try that. All right. So today we're gonna go over the bid bust strategy that I created, and I let it run again today. Again, I let it run the duration of the day. I had a few issues at the start of the day, and so by the time I really got it set up to run, it was already about 350 to the negative side. I think by the end of the day, it got down as low as it almost got back to break even, but then, it was like a $750 loss total, or so. In effect, about a $300 or $400 loss for the day. But we'll also create a new strategy start to finish regarding the moving average. Somebody was on yesterday and they were asking about maybe creating a strategy from trading above or below the moving average to see if that's going to be profitable or not. And I don't know. I haven't. To me, that's just so simple that it couldn't possibly work. But we'll see. Let's see. So let's go ahead and get into it. And oh yeah, by the way, y'all see this ceiling fan running? It's crazy that you can see that ceiling fan off the reflection from my scalp. That's crazy. But I ain't upset about being bald. I ain't upset about it. Just get on with life. You know what I'm saying? All right, here we go. Okay, so this is, let's pull up another window. All right, this is the window that I keep this strategy running on. And I made a few notes on here regarding some other stuff, but you'll see where it took trades at. Now, also, as I look through the trades, all these trades didn't actually. Okay, now we have the script pulled up. Well, not the script, but the strategy pulled up, and these are the entries and exits that it took. Now, the interesting thing about this is that it's not like I said, somewhere along the way here I was trying to get sorted out. I had some errors with the script. I don't think I had errors with it. I think I was trying to adjust. Hang on. Again, there's a lot going on here. But anyway, I was trying to adjust the script to reflect that if you are under the 200 period moving average, that you don't want to take a trade. I made a couple of modifications to my script, and I'm not sure. Let's look at the exact verbiage. But either way, I'm not sure it helped a ton. Let's see, this is the bid bust. We're gonna go to edit EasyLanguage. All right, so we'll go down. Oh, and then I'll go over with you a few more things I learned new today, which is every single friggin' day I'm learning something new. I love it. I love it. You know, what occupation or what can you do that, you know, you just learn something every single day. All right, so I put some conditions on here. I said that the 200 period moving average has to be, the 200 exponential period moving average has to be above the simple 200 period moving average, or the 25 period moving average has to be over the 200 period moving average. So, and again, I don't know if that made my my entries to X's better, for the simple fact that there were a few entries that were taken that looks to me should not have been taken. So I've got to either go back through this thing with a fine-tooth comb, or recreate the strategy, or I don't know, because this strategy should only, and I almost feel like I need to restart the computer, but I've got some lag on here for some reason. I don't know why. All right, let's see if we can put up on here because it's a clean chart. All right, we're gonna go to this, edit, inputs. We're gonna turn off the false. This is the exponential moving averages. You know what? This is all exponential. I want the simple period moving averages. The simple moving averages on here. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So I've got all the simples. All the simples are going to show up. I have an inputs of whether or not I want to see any of the exponential. Only because I'm typically trading with the simples, and I'm not often trading with the exponentials. Call it preference. All right, so on here, like I said, it should only be taking a trade if the open is under the 9-period moving average. And here you can see, let's see, where's my 9 at? That's the 15, that's the 25. Is typically black. I'm not seeing it show up here. You know what? No, nobody's interested to do all this, but let's see. Plot 9. Oh, that's because I typically have the 9 show up as a on another. I have a different 9 that I use, so I turned it off on this one so that I could have, I think it's like color changing, color changing EMA. Here's my 9. Yeah, that's one of them. All right, so anyway, so this is only this I'm only supposed to be taking the entries if the chart gets under the 9-period moving average, if we have ticks greater than the ticks above before it, and if we have higher bid sentiment than we do ask sentiment. So this is obviously over the 9-period moving average, so it shouldn't have taken that entry. This one here is under it. This one here, this entry here is over the 9-period moving average. So again, it took another entry that it wasn't supposed to take. This here is over the 9-period moving average, so it took an entry that it wasn't supposed to take. Let me make sure that this is the simple moving average, because yeah, that's actually the exponential. Okay, all right. Well, I might be on to something here. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and let this one plot. Show SA9 equals true. Value 1 is greater than 0. Linear regression of slow. Else plot. Okay, so that should be plotting the 9 also. Da 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 da. There we go. So inputs show SA9. Okay. All right, that's why I had 1 on here so I could show the simple period moving average of the 9. Or not show it, and then if I didn't show it, I'd be using that other script. All right, so this is the simple period moving average of the 9. Okay, all right, but let's go back through it. And this open is below, so fine. This open is above, so it shouldn't have took that one. This open is below, so it shouldn't have took that one. This open is above, so it shouldn't have took that one. This open is above, so it shouldn't have took that one. So you see, there's a number of trades that were taken, and they shouldn't have been taken. Those are below. That's below, below. Low, 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 low. Okay, so yeah, I'm not sure what I had done wrong at that point. I think that was that first $300 or so that I was saying that that executed that it shouldn't have put me into a position. Okay. That being said, though, you see here again, like later in the day, this one here, this is over the 9-period moving average, so it shouldn't have took that entry, right? But it took that entry anyway. So yeah, I've got to sort through some things. I mean, like I said, this is a very complex script, but overall, I mean, like I said, 636 for the day. Those first $350 or so, you know, it shouldn't have taken, and that's before I got the script, you know, set up the right way. So I take 350 off that, so I was down 300 for the day, but it still just wasn't doing quite what I wanted to do. So so I'll take that L for the day. I'll take that L for the day. I'll accept an L for the day on that. But like I said, it was up $750, $800, something like that on yesterday, down 300 today. On such a bearish day as it was today, I think I'm okay with that. All right, so this is the strategy. Let's get this out of here, and then let's go ahead and let's look at one other thing. Just generally the market today. I'm going to just show you what I saw looking at the market metrics. All right, so this is overall what happened on the day. We were kind of consolidating or distributing. You know, you don't really know what it is until the move happens. But ultimately, it looks like it was some type of distribution where, you know, there was a little bit of a wick to the top side, and then it just shot back down. All right, so once we get that news candle right here, and this is a script that I put together that colors the candle whenever you have a news candle. All right, so, and it looked like there was another news candle in here too. This was an orange folder. It's probably this candle right here. This is a red folder news event, so I have it painted black, and then the market just dropped after that. Stayed below the 9-period moving average throughout the most of the day, and then when it got down here to about 1 o'clock, I saw something very peculiar. I was talking to one of my homeboys about it, and very peculiar at that 1 o'clock time, right? Because at 1 o'clock, that was the very end of that move down. Okay, so let's see what happened at 1 o'clock. On, with all the metrics. All right, so we're gonna zoom out. All right, I know I got a lot of stuff going on up here. I know it. Don't worry about it. All right, so, uh-oh, something disappeared. Okay, this disappeared. Okay, so you see right around 1 o'clock here, this time bar split, you see how high this value is right here? It gets really high right there. See how high that is? That is an error of some sort. Because the value on that, if you look to the right-hand side of the screen, the value on that is about 37,000. That's milliseconds. The script is designed to show, again, I've talked about this before, is designed to show, it splits the bar in half, top half, bottom half. And so the amount of time in between the ticks from one tick to the next is added up for the bottom half, is added up for the top half, right? So if this is a 15-second bar, that should be 15,000 milliseconds total, right? So on this bar, for whatever reason, it got a total of 37,000 milliseconds, which is impossible in a 15-second bar. So I'm really not sure what happened, how that happened, but you see out of the duration of the day, everything green, we got all these lines here, we got all these lines here, and then all of a sudden you get this anomaly. Well, this anomaly at 1 o'clock is the bottom of the move before it moves up. So I think that's important. Okay, not only that, but look, this goes back as far as 940 right here. All these values. Look at all these values. I wish it wouldn't do that. Look at all these values. These values are all relatively under this line right here. We'll call this line we'll call that 1200 or 1275. Keep going to the right, keep going to the right, keep going to the right, keep going to the right. Whoa! All of a sudden you have this huge amount of orders right here. And this is outside market orders. So this is like if somebody has an order above the ask or below the bid. Is outside, I call it the outside market order. But this thing is way up here. Look how high that is. I think that and this is our indication of our bottom. Not to mention we got this high amount of market interest at this level. At this level, we got more market interest than we've had all morning. From here, here. We tried to get more market interest in here, right? So the market tried to react right around here. I guess it was going to try to hold that support. It didn't. Came on down. I guess it was waiting for this and this. But also look at this. Look at this high number of for the level 1. The ask sentiment got really high here before it dropped into an area of demand. Right before it dropped into an area of demand. What happened over here before it dropped into this area of demand? What happened over here? We got kind of the same thing. High levels of ask before the drop. But then on the way up, we got high levels of bids. I think that's going to be important. So I'm going to keep my eye on that. But you see, even over here, we tried to get a little bit of a spike too. This just wasn't significant enough. Okay. All right, so I'm going to pay attention to all this. Look at all these values here of these larger orders coming in. This higher number of limit orders. I'm gonna go back and review this myself, but yeah, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. All right, and again, it did the same thing yesterday. These were only taking one contract at a time, but it says 2. It did the same thing yesterday, where later in the day it said 3 when it was only taking 1. So oddly enough, when I pull up this chart, exact same one, this one says it took 1. Okay, see, you got the 1 there. It took 1. All right, so okay. Few other things that I learned. Now we're going to move on to the programming side. We've been on this long enough. All right, so a few other things I learned is that it's very useful. Outline. You see, I went ahead and put it on the sidebar over here. I used to only have toolbox. Now I also have outline, but outline is very useful. Look at this. Okay, so let me open up a long automation template. So we're going to go over this. We're going to go over this and then one other thing, and then we'll get on to the strategy. All right, let's see how we're doing on time. 24 minutes. Okay, not bad. All right, so here is my template for a strategy, to automate a strategy. All right, so you see all your namespaces up here using EL system, TS data.trading, all these, and then next you have your inputs, right? Okay, got all your inputs, and then next you have all your variables. I mean, I just love how this is organized like this. I didn't know that there was this outline view over here. I didn't know. And then you have your methods, and if you have multiple methods, they all appear: method here, method here, method here, method here. And then you have your statements. So now this is very helpful. So especially on a strategy like bid bust, where I have like I've got a lot of methods, I've got a lot of begin end statements, and sometimes you're just trying to figure out what's if you have that, a lot of stuff should be included when it's on the last bar, boom. If you have stuff that needs to be included if it's the final tick of the bar, boom. So you want to make sure that those things are within the begin end statements. Okay, so if you just click this, it takes you right down and highlights what's within that begin to end. Okay, so this begin to end starts here, ends here, and within it, it has another begin to end, another begin to end. And how do you know that on the hierarchy? Because it's here, here's the top one, and then here are the subs, begin to end. Click that one, highlights that. Click that one, highlights that. This is kind of a game changer for me now that my scripts are getting more complex, and it's harder to visually keep track. Like, I'm trying to do a good job about keeping all this stuff indented and stuff like that, but if you don't have it indented and say everything is back up against the wall, right, and everything is like that, then it's hard to tell what's what. But all you got to do is click here and you can see what is together. Now, I don't know why you did it like that. That's not what I did. That's not how it started off. Begin. I want this to be back here. And where did my end go? Oh, all the way over here. Okay. All right. And then again, you click that. Just make sure that you got everything together. Okay. So, and to get this, you go to View, and then you go to toolbars and you go to outline. Click that, and then it can show up for your use. Okay. All right, the next thing that I learned is, you see how, let me see. All right. All right, you see how there is, you see how there is all this information here? This information here comes from your designer generated code. Okay, and what that means is, if we go over here, I tell y'all what, I'm getting lazy. I don't even want to do the strategy part now. But if I must. Let's see. Does this one have one? Yeah. All right, so you see how this has, I forget what you call it, but they come out of the toolbox. You click toolbox and they come out of the toolbox, and these objects that you can just drag and drop. Now, the thing about this is, if I select all, copy this, move over to a new, copy this, and then go over to a new strategy and paste this. Now, if I paste this, that's fine. All of the script came over, and then when I hit verify, well, verify won't verify here because average entry price is only used on the strategy. I started up a indicator. Let me see. Okay. All, paste, verify. Now see, once I verified it, it's saying, what is OSOT? What is OSOT? It doesn't know what OSOT is. And why? Because on the actual strategy, OSOT is a one order sends order. And the problem with that is that order sends order lives right here. It lives in this object. Now, if you want to capture it so that you can copy and paste it, then what you have to do is, and again, this is something else new that I learned. You can go to View, and then you can click Designer Generated Code, or I put it up here on my toolbox. I put it up here. So I just click this, and when you click that, now it takes. You see, it says it's got the same name, Long Automation, right? It's got the same name. It just says Designer Generated Code. Now the only thing that's on this tab here is the code that is the code that programs, or that that is we talk about what these are, how they live, how they're defined. Well, how they're defined is literally in the designer generated code. Is this right here. And you can look at the top and you can see it says this method gets called by EasyLanguage one time at the beginning to create and initialize the components. All right, so this is a method, right? So all you got to do is copy this, and then paste it. I'll just go ahead and do it since this is something I'm going to delete. Remember, your methods come at the beginning of your body. So we're just going to come up here, and then we're just going to paste it right here. Okay, you see we pasted, that's a method. If we minimize that, there's the rest of our body. It's fine. Okay, now the only other thing that we need is the declaration statements, variables, all this up here. We need this too. So we copy this. All right, we go back to the strategy, and then we put it up here with the variables. Paste that, and now when we verify, now there are no errors. Why? Because these objects, the OSOT, the BOT, all those objects out of the toolbox, whereas over here, they lived in these objects here. They technically live in the designer generated code. So we just copied and pasted that on here. So now you can take this script here, and now you can just copy this one. You can select all, copy it, and you can make a new strategy. Now remember when we copied and pasted before, it didn't it wouldn't compute, it wouldn't verify. So now we're going to paste the strategy or the template now with the designer generated code already in it, as well as having the variables declared. Now when we verify, it verifies just fine. So now you can copy and paste this, send it to your friend, do whatever. All right. Or more importantly, when you get this just how you want it, which is exactly what I've done here with long automation template. When you get exactly how you want it, you get your template, you have it as complex as you need it to be, and you just want to use it as a template from one to the next. Now all you have to do is go to File, Save as Template, and now you can save that as a template. And when you open it back up, when you open up a new strategy, you say open a new strategy. I'm going to call this Delete 5. Now you can click your whatever strategy name you want it to be, and it will work just fine without having to have those objects. All right, so now let's get on to the creation of the strategy. Like I said, gotta share with you what I learned, because to me that's it. I mean, all this other stuff is child's play. But if you're learning something every day about the market, about your tools, about whatever, if you're learning something and you're moving up, that's it. Point blank. All right, let's get a new window. Turn this strategy off. Looks like I just turned it on. We're gonna turn it back off. Get this out of here. Come over here. Pull this over. Split my screen like that. Need to close this. We're gonna open up a new. Let's start with the indicator first, and then we'll just copy and paste it. This will be YouTube 073024. All right, so now we're going to be looking at going over and under and over the 9-period moving average. So let's just say if we're over the 200-period moving average, then we're typically moving up. If we're over the 200-period moving average, we're going to look for longs, and so we'll take a long if the open crosses over the 9-period moving average, and then we will exit if we get a long bullish candle or price crosses back under the 9-period moving average. You know what? I don't even think I need a indicator for this. I don't think so. I think it's just going to make it more complicated with an indicator. We're going to call this SMA. Ooh. SMA. All right, I'm going to try to do this one from scratch and see what we get. All right, so we're going to say if we have a variable, we're going to call it take trade false, and so trying to figure out how I want to organize this. Round one is going to be open crosses over SA9. That'll give us a buy signal. Also, condition 2 is going to be that let's say that the 9-period moving average has to be over the 200-period moving average. SA9 is greater than SA200. Alright, so if condition 1 and condition 2, then take trade equals true. Tell you what, let's do it like this. Alright, got my 3 variables. Okay, so and then we need a condition for exiting. We call it condition exit, C exit. False. Okay, the exit condition is going to be let's say, should we say that the high crosses under the 9? Yeah, we'll say condition 3, high crosses under SA9. I thought I had 2 conditions for that, so that either the high crossing under the 9 or a large bullish candle. Bull and range, or we'll say the body of the candle. Well, let's say the range, because it could be a wick at the top. Yeah, range is greater than average true range of 6 bars. Okay, so condition exit is equal to condition 3 and condition 4, or condition 4. Okay, verify that, no errors. Okay, now, if I want to say if Eric's market, so if it's doing institutional trading hours, if it Eric's market and take trade, then begin in buy next buy entry long next bar at open. Okay, and then we'll say if average entry price is greater than 0, you use average entry price just to say that you are in a position. If average entry price is greater than 0, which means that the price of your entry is existent, is greater than 0. If it's greater than 0, and C exit, the exit condition is met, then sell, call this exit long, sell this bar. I think we have to limit. I don't know if I can do limit close. Stop close, and then this one will be at limit open. At open limit. At close stop. Then sell this bar at close. Market? Oh, you can just do close. You don't have to do a limit or anything like that. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it. Let's see what this looks like. YT. So y'all mean to tell me I've been sitting here talking this whole time and I've been muted? Damn. I tell you, man, I can't catch a break. I can't catch a break. We're going to have to do this over. We're going to have to do this over another night. And now all you folks who did come on, all you had to do was say, hey, Eric, we can't hear you, man. We can't hear you, man. Ah. That's crazy. That's crazy. I can't believe this. But it's all good. Okay. So it does seem like it's... So we crossed over, so we got in. And we crossed under, so we got out. Crossed over, got in. Crossed under, got out. Crossed over, got in. All right, now that was not crossing under. That was just a small move down. So I don't know why it got out that quick. All right, so. Oh, I know what it is. Bull. That's gonna be false. It's gonna be true. I want to see when C exit is. Yeah, see, all these bars are coming up as C exit. That's not right. If last bar on chart EX and C exit. Now that says C exit now. Why does that say C exit on that bar? It says C exit now, so it's going to take us right out. Why is it saying C exit at that point? Because the high cross under the 9. Okay, I get that. On that one bar. Or bull and range. Bullish candle and range is greater than 14. So even when it got in here, crossed over. Such a illiquid market as it is after hours like this, this will never work because it's just volatile, illiquid, up and down. C exit and you know what? I'm curious. These bars that are just kind of these flat bars. I wonder, are they considered to be bullish bars? So if it's the last bar on the chart and it's a bullish candle, then we're going to print bull. So we got a couple of flat bars there and it's not printing bull, so I'm thinking that it's not bull. Okay, so now that did print bull, so yeah, so a flat bar is definitely not bull, which, I mean, the open is equal to close. I wouldn't expect it for it to be a bull, but just confirming that it's not. Because again, I feel like we're getting some erroneous results on this C exit, with it being condition 3 or condition 4. It's just getting out way too soon. Oh, I see one thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that should. It shouldn't have a whole lot to do with it. So again, if we are in a position where we should be taking a trade and we're taking a trade here, we're putting on the secondary order ticket, the bracket order ticket information, and then we're putting in an order to get in. But then we're also at the same time, if C exit happens to be true, then we're also putting in a order to get out. So so anyway, this needs to be separate from this. Oh, I don't think so. I wonder this right here. I don't think this is doing it. No. This one we left on here. This does not have anything to do with an order ticket, but we left this on here. We said that if the average entry price is greater than 0 and C exit, then we're going to sell exit long this bar at close. I don't think that, I mean, that should be muted out because we're not using that, but ooh, this one worked out well. We entered here when it crossed over the 9, right? And it didn't cross under, it just kept moving up. We should have exited there, but yeah, but it exited way down here because we crossed back under 9. Now this thing's turned off. property has not been selected. Are you kidding me? You know what that's telling me? If it's just now saying that the symbol property has not been selected for the for this order here, then this order hasn't been the one that's been sending. This hasn't been the order all along that's been sending at all. I think it was that other one that we muted out. Where's OT symbol at? Can we just add it here? Yeah, I think that's what it was. All right, now we shouldn't be going short now. Come on, guys. Again, we're going short now. Ah, yeah. That's what it is. Okay. All right, so we got some issues going on here now. Now that when CX is equal to true, now we're getting put into a short position, which is fine. I mean, that's what we called for. But what we need to do is we need to say if last bar chart and see exit, and we need to do a positions provider. We need to check the position. PP count. That's just a filter, so we don't need to filter any of that. Don't need to filter that either, but we do need to load it. Okay, so come back down here and we say if last bar chart and see exit and positions provider dot. I think it's dot data dot. I think you can do try position. Try position dot. It's a lot of these. Dot. Try position. We just say average price. That way we do have is greater than 0. That way it just says that we are in a position. Okay, now again we got another designer generated code, so now we got to take this all and copy it and move it over. Yeah, this is actually becoming more of a headache now. So again, if you already have gotten this together, you got your whole script, then I would say copy and do this. But if you're still working your script out, then I would say just wait, because this is more cumbersome. A lot more. close this out. Okay, so all those shorts. All right. Yeah, because that's what I was doing. It was every time it found a condition being true of C exit, then it would go ahead and short because it was okay to move forward. So we need to make sure that there is a long position on before we. There we go. All right, there we go. Now, sheesh. Still got out right away. All right, so I'm gonna play with this tomorrow. Sheesh, I can't even play with it tomorrow. I'll hop back on later and play with it some more, and then figure out what I've got going on, and I will hop on tomorrow and let you know what's up. It's something about C exit though. C exit keeps saying that it's. Well, no, I guess that was legit. We crossed over the 9, took the entry, and then when it crossed under the 9, so we took an exit. Okay, so that was legit. You know what? I need to say it needs to cross under the 9 minus an additional 2 ticks or something like that, because crossing under the 9 is just so close to its entry. Crosses, crosses under SA9 minus 1 point. How about that? All right, I'm gonna let that run for a little bit, and then I'll be back. Okay. Okay, so I keep getting all these errors talking about all these errors talking about, you know, that Strat bid bus shouldn't be operating, but these errors talking about can't send the email. So I'm not trying to send any emails, but I realized the problem with this strategy, why it kept canceling out just as soon as it dropped a little bit. You know what? When you go down here, and we talked about it, I told you about it, and I still didn't change it. When you do the protection, the stop price offset, you have to put the minus. You can't assume that the stop price is going to be 8 ticks below it. You got to put the minus. So we verify that, and then we should let it run, and it should be okay. All right, I'll be right back. still talking and muted out and not got nothing going. I'm muted out. Whew. Well, I've been trying something different with my mic and with you see I've changed my position on the screen. I've been trying some different things, so just gonna have to bear with me for a couple videos or something until I get it figured out. All right, so anyway, last bar chart in pp dot trade position. Take trade. Okay, I don't know why it says that it doesn't. All these objects have been referenced. All these objects have been referenced. OT, order ticket cancel. Tripping, man. It's telling me the same thing. Object reference not set 10 inches of an object. Everything has been referenced and called upon on initialize component. Everything has been OSOT, BOT, and OT. OSOT, BOT, OT, and PP. Well, PP was over here. Yeah, so everything has OSOT, BOT, OT. EP, OSOT, BOT, OT. Alright. Now I'm slipping a little bit. Now I'm slipping. I'm off my A game. Cause this is just out of that trading using and like when you call out these for these declarations here, when you call out the actual namespace along with it, you really don't need to put the namespaces here. So I have TS data that trading up there. So I don't need it the other places. Simple type. Only thing I can, well, that shouldn't matter because one of the things I did is I somewhere in here. Look at the symbol. OT symbol. But OT has been called on a long time ago, so that's only thing I'm gonna try is I'm gonna take this and put OT symbol up here with OT stuff. Order ticket. All right. Colon, verify, come over here, click that, and still get an error. This is nonsense, especially when it was just working. All right, I'm gonna comment this out and see if for whatever reason that's it, not it. And technically, you know what? This is it. This is the issue. This is the only thing I changed here recently. But PP positions provider has been. We do have a instance of it. Object reference not set in the instance of an object. That's this. That's this guy. The PP was brought into the picture right here. And we loaded it and everything. Name. I'm gonna try one other thing. Let's go up here, positions provider. You know what? I didn't even use. I just use. Oh, all right. I'm gonna open up a new, just a new blank canvas. We'll call it delete 6. Go over here, delete that toolbox. Open the positions provider. Okay, and then when we click that and we hit designer generated, I tell you what. Let's go over it first. And do load true. Name is going to be positions provider. You know, I should have done that as accounts provider. All right, but anyway, let's go to designer generated code, and then these few things here. And that's exactly what I have. Load PP. What time equals true. Okay. All right. Unless it just doesn't like quantity is fine. True PP, true. That's all you need. That's all you get. I'll do one thing. Try that. Say that better. only thing I can do, and this doesn't even make sense to me, but I'll say if, let's try, we'll move this out of here. And we'll make this a condition. We'll say if PP is not null, then begin. Condition, I'll call it condition P equals PP is greater than 0. Yeah. So it's equal to 0. If that's true, then we can take the trade. But if it's false, we don't take the trade. So we'll say condition P, and that, come back up here, have one called condition P. That's the only way I can think of getting around this, and that will work, but I think there's another problem here. There's another problem in here somewhere. I'm gonna print. It says PP not null. Okay. Add this. Okay, PP not null. However, it says PP not null. However, we still have this object reference not set in the instance of an object. So is it not null or is it null? Because if it's not null and we do have a PP brought into the situation, then this right here is not a problem. This right here is fine. Now, mute that out. Go ahead and verify it, come back, and then re-add this back. And now when I re-add it back, there are no errors, no issues. So like I said, the issue lies with that PP, which positions provider is nothing complex. So I don't know why it's given an error. See if there's anything else under that hierarchy or anything. tsdata.common. Data provider. Does it need to be under tsdata.common? Let's add that. Bring that back out. PP not null. And we still got an error. So that's not it. it's still fighting with me. We still got it in that error here. I don't know if it's because it's after hours or because it can't be because I'm on, you know, working this out on the sim account. It can't be that. I think it has more to do with the fact that I move so much stuff around with those designer generated codes. Like I said, I was trying to be slick, but I don't think it worked. All right, let's just do this, and then I'll be able to determine whether or not it had anything to do with moving around the designer generated code. All right, so I'm going to just kind of copy and paste this. I don't need the rest of this up here. I will come back and get that. All right, so let's use delete 6 strategy. We're going to keep PP. We're going to add order sends order. We're going to add an order ticket. We're going to add bracket order. And then we got to go and freaking change all these things. All right. Time me. Ready? Start the stopwatch. Symbol. Get account ID. 100. There's order ticket, so there's gonna be a sale. Market's fine. Duration GTC. And then there's gonna be market, so this would be call it OT. Sends order. It's going to be symbol, feature, get account ID. 1 is order sends order, so it's going to be a buy initially, and GTC. Good deal canceled. Bracket order, it's going to be symbol. You have to do this for every single one. I know, it's crazy. Feels like it should be easier. Again, everybody always looking for the easy way to do stuff. I get it. Alright, I'm going to do sale on this one. The target type, which is what we ran through earlier, it kind of got caught up in it. The target type either needs to be limit or market. So we just put it as limit, and the protection type needs to be stop, limit, or stop market. We'll put stop market, and then for the name we'll put BOT. And then for the protection for the bracket order price style, we're going to use parent plus. So parent plus for the target limit price style, and then we go down here to the protection stop price style. Same thing, parent plus. And then, so we did BOT, OSOT. Oh, we didn't change the name here. Change this to OSOT. Alright, and then we got OT and PP. Alright. Now not paste this. Paste. Alright, and then we need to go over here and pull up the variables. Copy. Delete 6. VAR. Paste that. Get rid of that. Put a colon. Alright. Verify. Take trade. We didn't have a take trade, so let's put take trade. Start off as false. Hit that. Order ticket. Order ticket. Order ticket. Does that need to be OT? Or no, we need using TS data.trading. Alright, so that's all good. No errors, so we're gonna add delete 6 to to the chart. Shortcut key there. Delete 6. Okay. Alright, yes. Turn those two off. That's on. Properties for all. In order, enable order placement objects, you need to have that turned on. And then go over to here and then calculation. Oh, we don't need in order. Enable interbar calculation for this. Alright. I'm gonna pull out my hair if we have an issue here. I'm gonna pull out my hair. I don't have very much hair, but you know. But I'm gonna pull that I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna pull all of it out. All right, that's a crossover. Come on, talk to me. Talk to me. What? All right, so you see over here the strategy went away. So again, we got some issue for delete 6, but the object reference not set to this is of an object. So and again, it goes back to here. It goes back to PP. I know it's going to be something simple. I just have no friggin' clue what it is right now. And I'm obviously not going to figure this out right now. But you see, I use PP information here. PP data position of one quantity. Let me try it like that. Instead of using try position, you know what? That's the problem. I think that's the problem. I think it's trying a position when there is no position, and so it's saying that there is no. It's saying there is no position object, so it can't call on it to find data, to find the price or anything like that. So instead, let's do that pp.data. What did I have? Did I have index? Of what index? Dot. Don't get ahead of yourself, Breeze. Don't get ahead of yourself. Oh, man. Quantity. Quantity is greater than... Quantity is... equal to 0. I still have a funny feeling this isn't gonna work. So if last bar on chart and copy and that little blurb there and take trade. All right, we're gonna leave that out, and then for here we're gonna come down here and put the same thing. So data dot, and then I'm gonna play around with this tomorrow because last bar on chart and average price is greater than 0. We're gonna play around with this tomorrow, and we're gonna understand why. This positions provider is calling on the data from this index, and it's asking about that quantity. I think the problem wasn't what I was asking. I don't think the problem was what I was asking earlier. I think it was just that I didn't have the index. I wasn't asking it which order, which set of orders, which piece of information. So now that we got that situated, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Argument index called to method position is invalid. I think that's when you do try position. pb.data. Nope, there is no try position here. And that's why it's saying that the argument index and called position method position is invalid. It's saying that there's no position. There is no zero position. So maybe we need to just ask for it to be not null. pp.data is not if it's null, which means that we don't have a position on, then take the trade. And here, if last bar on chart and CX pp.data of that index. So now we should have we're going to say if it's pp.data is not null. And then you can go later and then you could say, all right, well, what's the price or what's the average or, all these other things. All right, try one more time. And if we don't get it, then we need to have a long discussion tomorrow. We need to have a long discussion about, obviously it didn't do it. It didn't do it. Argument index is invalid. What did I do up here? Oh, pp.contains. Okay. If it contains it, then you can call on it instead of try position. All right, yeah, I'm gonna spend some time with this tomorrow to really put my head around it, but I've got a character defect where I don't give up on stuff. So it's going down. pp.contains symbol account ID. Get account. Contains it, and it doesn't contain it, so we don't want it to contain it. Now here we do want it to contain it, so that we are not shorting. Like I said, once you get through all this, then you can go and you can say, all right, well, what's the average price and all this other stuff. PPT, PP, and account ID, sorry. All right. Now this is the last time. I don't give up on stuff. I promise you that. But I can't mess with this anymore tonight if this ain't it. If this isn't it, I am done for the night. Yeah, that wasn't it. That wasn't. And now I'm actually really surprised because argument index. We didn't get this one out of here. Okay, here we go. Run it again. Run it again. This is a lot. This is a lot. Like I said, I do a lot of fancy stuff with my charts and that kind of thing. But when it comes back to just doing this, I didn't have it. I didn't have it figured out, and so I gotta get it figured out. I want to be so robust that I can, knock any of this stuff out. So, just practice. Just keep working. All right, that was an open over the 9, and it didn't take the entry. So, was that. Symbol, get account ID equals false. I mean, I do have the right one on, right? No, I changed it. I started inadvertently working back on YT instead of delete 6. I started working back on YT. So delete 6 will be is the one that keeps getting errors because it's still referencing that index. Now that I have YT turned on and delete 6, but now that I have YT turned on, something should happen. They both shut down. Both. Delete 6. No, that's only delete 6. Well then, where is the YT? How come YT shut down? cross above. I want to hear that sweet sound of a entry. Not getting it. Not even getting anything here. Well, at least it didn't shut off. I don't know. I got to I'm gonna put it on delete 6. It's my last hope. I'll put it back on delete 6. pp dot contains symbol and count. Symbol and count ID equals false, because we don't want to be in a position and we'll come down here, and to exit position we want it to equal to be true. Alright, verify that. Nothing else in the way. Turn on delete 6. We can turn off this other one, this YT, because it's not working. They're the same thing, but you know, I messed up or messed with the designer generated code for the YT one, and the delete 6 is kind of raw. So let's see when it crosses over the 9-period moving average what we get. I did this intentionally. I started with something easy, something simple, and then I added to it, and I added to it, and I added to it. And you see, as we're adding to it, you know, the complexity is, it's when things start getting rough. And that's okay. That just means that, you know, not everybody's going to be a surgeon. Not everybody's going to have, you know, the ability to do neuroscience work, right? But you got to start from somewhere, and you got to keep building out. And if you're not willing to do that, then, you know, you're in the wrong place. Nothing about trading says you'll get it on day one. Nothing. Trading, programming, any of it. I don't know if that constitutes a open above the 9-period moving average, so let's wait for one more. We declare open above and see whether or not we take an entry or not. That's an entry above, and open above, and it didn't take it. So for some reason, pp.contains is not what we're looking for, but it is though. So I don't know what in the world. Oh, I still have con P on. I still have con P on here. Con P is right here, and it never got changed because con P starts off as being false. So I gotta take con P off. Come on, let me hear that sweet sound. Come on, one more time before I go to bed. Let me hear that sweet sound. Come on. I know I got it right. But it was similar on the YT strategy. I didn't have comp on there, and it didn't take a position. But again, YT is the one that I messed up, that I messed in. So alright, so it's open. So now we're looking for open to cross over the 9. Alright, there is a open over the... Okay, so at least it did try to take an entry, but it says 100 contracts, and I have that set up to where it's supposed to tell me if I'm doing something dumb. So we're on delete 6. So let's go back to delete 6 to make sure that we see it's trying to enter again, which good. So at least we're trying to enter. So we go to the primary ticket, and the primary ticket is set on 1. So why is it trying to enter for 100 contracts? OT order ticket is 1. Bracket order ticket is 100. Okay, got it. All right, now it should be good to go. All right, so come on, crossover. Let me hear that ding. But there's a lot of fail safes that you got to put into your scripts to make sure that it doesn't put in more contracts than what you have in a position, unless you're doing something like pyramiding, or if you're doing some scaling or something like that. All right, so it should take an entry position. It should have a bracket order 8 ticks on both sides, so 2 points on either side. And then if the open crosses under the 9-period moving average and it's at least a point below that, then it will exit. Boom, finally. All right, so we got our so we got in at 92, so 2 ticks above, 2 ticks below is our bracket order. Now if the market crosses under the 9-period moving average, at least a point below, it'll go ahead and exit right here. Or if we get a bullish candle, it's larger than, it's larger than 14, the average true range of 14 candles, then it'll exit. And you see how many of these candles are very small, so that's going to influence that. I'm just going to say that bullish candle has to be 1 point long. That's from 91 to 91 and a half. Let's make it 1 point long. So the range is greater than, let's call it 1.25. Alright, so now this is dropping. If, like I say, if it drops less than 1 point below the 9-period moving average, so 91.72, 90.72, it's going to be down here somewhere. If it drops down to here, then it's going to go ahead and take us out. But again, the 9-period keeps dropping as it drops, so okay, there you go. All right. Just looking here at the exit criteria, condition 3 or condition 4. Oh, remember exit condition, condition 4's exit criteria was that we had a bull and a range Well, I just changed that a second ago. So it was, over the moving average or the average true range of like 14 candles. And so, like I said, since that range is that long, then we got that bullish candle, and it was longer than the average of 14 candles. So it went ahead and exited right there. Yeah, man, I love programming for what it is. Again, it's not really something that you're gonna be interested in wanting to like watch somebody do all the time, unless you're truly trying to learn from somebody's mistakes, which is, it's good to watch me, because I will find the errors of my mistakes, right? And so you can learn from those errors. Just having errors in itself isn't necessarily useful unless you find the solutions. So me, I found the solutions, and we've already done that. But like I said, the solution here was to use pp.contains. And so I'm going to look a little bit more into that. If you want to then go back later, and after you find that it does contain, then you can use pp data of whatever index. You can use that then. You don't use that to call and ask whether or not you have anything in there. You use contains for that. Just like using a dictionary. One here. You say, hey, does the dictionary contain that? If it does contain it, then let me query it. You can't query it first. I mean, the contains method is the query. Okay. All right, guys. With that, I'm out. We done a bunch of stuff today, and we went a ring around the rosy. I was on here earlier, and you couldn't hear what I was saying, so I'm just going to really briefly. I shouldn't need to do it. It's 2 and 3 hours now, but because I know you couldn't hear me before, I just wanted to point out that during the market today, when we had that large bearish drop, right? We had that large bearish drop, and it came all the way down, and then right around 1 o'clock, it stopped in a reverse. I saw a few anomalies on my chart. So one of them was down here, where you see this high green right here in this script. That's the only high green that you see all day. That's the only high green that you see up that high. And that's even more an anomaly, because it shouldn't do that, because this script here is a time bar split. The highest value that you should see on this chart down here is 15,000, but it went up to like 60,000 or something like that. So it definitely went way too high. So that's an anomaly there. Plus, we got this really high above or below bid purchase right here, higher than anything else on the day by twofold, threefold, right? You got the market made a huge reaction here. It tried to make a reaction here when it tried to hold this time, but it didn't hold. We had another huge reaction here. And then also, one of the things I wanted to point out was, as you're coming to a potential hold, you see how you have a high, really high amount of ask sentiment here. You have the same thing over here. High ask sentiment right before the market tried to hold again. And then after the market actually did hold, you have high buyer sentiment. Okay. Not to mention, look at your spread. Your spread got really high up here, around 1.75. That was the highest of the day, notwithstanding the market open. I mean, come on, Well, this was news bar here, 10 o'clock news bar. So I mean, we're going to expect something like this for news bar. News bar, it went up to just a little bit over 2 and a quarter. So that's 9 ticks. But other than that, the only other thing that touched it, it tried to touch it here when it was when we had this other potential demand. But right around here was that next highest tick spread. All right, guys, I'm out. Hopefully I can remind you to fast forward toward the end so that you can catch that little bit of a spiel, and you won't waste too much of your time just watching me do stuff. All right, so this strategy works. I'm going to come on another day, and I'm going to redo this. I'm going to do it succinctly so that you maybe get more out of it. And again, the more that I do it, the more I get out of it. So I'm Eric. I'm out. Peace.